Welcome to the Instagram Stories for Thursday, July 28th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. The biggest news of the day is that Meta had their earnings call, and frankly, they are not doing well with lower than expected usage and revenue. And in the earnings call, the CEO of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, outlined his plan for moving forward as the company goes through this economic uncertainty. And of course, the plan is Reels. They want to give you more recommendations in your feed. I mean, you knew this was coming, right? Here's the quote from Mark Zuckerberg. One of the main transformations in our business right now is that social feeds are going from being driven primarily by the people and accounts you follow to increasingly also being driven by AI recommending content that you'll find interesting across Facebook or Instagram, even if you don't follow those creators. Social content from people you know is going to remain an important part of the experience and some of our most differentiated content, but increasingly we'll also be able to supplement that with other interesting content from across our networks. End quote. What does that remind you of? Obviously TikTok, which was never built on the premise that you need to find your friends on there. TikTok is built on the premise that the great content you don't know about yet is out there and they're going to show it to you, and that is the prime driver. Mark Zuckerberg continued with more information about recommendations. Quote, right now, about 15% of content in a person's Facebook feed and a little more than that of their Instagram feed is recommended by our AI from people, groups, or accounts that you don't follow. We expect these numbers to more than double by the end of next year. End quote. Well, double. Hold on. After we just had Kylie Jenner complaining about the way Instagram was going, there's another quote here in the earnings report from Mark Zuckerberg. Quote, as our AI finds additional content that people find interesting, that increases engagement and the quality of our feeds, Reels engagement is also growing quickly. I shared last quarter that Reels already made up 20% of the time people spend on Instagram. This quarter, we saw more than a 30% increase in the time that people spent engaging with Reels across Facebook and Instagram. AI advances are driving a lot of these improvements, and one example is that after launching a new AI model for recommendations, we saw a 15% increase in watch time in the Reels video player on Facebook alone. End quote. I just want to take a moment to say that although a lot of people are unhappy with the way things are going, people vote with their time. And even if they don't like Reels, the fact that they're watching Reels at all or watching Reels more so than they did a month or 6 months ago says, Facebook, your strategy's working. We're going to take a quick break, but then when we come back, I'm going to ask you for your opinion. Want to reach more of your ideal customers? #Slayer.com is the easy-to-use Instagram tool that ensures that the posts you work hard on to create get seen. Reach new people, build your audience, and most importantly, grow your business. You can get your first month free by using code IGStories at #Slayer.com. That's coupon code IGStories. And we're back. Do you think Instagram should change to be more like TikTok or stay the way it is? If you are listening to this using your Amazon Smart Speaker or Apple Music, unfortunately you cannot vote. But if you have the Spotify app or the Anchor app, and you listen either in Spotify or you listen on another podcast app, but you still have the Spotify app, go find the Instagram stories and vote on the poll that I just set up. The question is, do you think Instagram should change to be more toward recommendations or stay the way it was? You can vote on that. I would love to get your opinion. That's going to do it for today's show. Be sure to come back tomorrow for more Instagram news, strategy, tips, and more.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks at Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently until Zuck returns my DMs and starts to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacies. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.
Hey, don't forget to vote. Download the Spotify app if you don't have it already. Otherwise, open the Spotify app, search for the Instagram stories, tap on today's episode, and make sure to vote and give me your opinion.